I wanted to play as white and try out one of the openings that we've been going over in the Robert Ramirez Learn Chess series, and that would be the Spanish opening. Since I'm playing black, I will not be doing that, but it looks like my opponent is not making a move, so if they auto-resign, we'll start a new game. Hopefully we get white, and we can do that. Otherwise, we'll just play it by ear. I think they have a minute to make their first move. My video is actually blocking that little... Okay, cool. So they went e4. We'll go e5, start a classical game. Maybe our opponent is going to do the... Okay, so they did... I think this is Italian, the Italian game, not the Spanish opening. So it's weird to... I've been practicing as white with the Spanish opening, so it's interesting to now be on the other side. Obviously, it's a different game, but just I'm in the mindset of playing white, playing Spanish opening. So here we go. Next thing I'd like to do is probably develop this knight. Since there's no defender on this pawn yet, so maybe I'm expecting something like this. Then I can bring out my own bishop, and we'll have a little bit of a mirror match here. Okay, interesting. So d3. And what does the bishop do for me here? Well, if this pawn pushes, I have 3 attackers, and he only has 2 defenders. So I'm going to go ahead and, yes, bring the bishop out. Okay, is this an attacking move? Kind of. Attacking either of these 2 pawns. This pawn is protected by this knight, and this pawn will be protected by the rook when I castle, so I'm thinking I'd like to castle here. Now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer, actually, so if I castle, then I'm expecting bishop to come in, take this. I'm forced to take with the rook. Knight takes rook. So castling here doesn't seem like a good option. Then again, if bishop takes... Ooh, this is not a very good position for me. What can I do to stop this? I could go here. And so there's only 1, 2 attackers, and I have 1, 2 defenders. A bit of a sneaky move here. Glad I thought that one through. Other options. Can I do anything to protect this square with my other pieces? I don't see an obvious way to without losing like a rook, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick sanity check. We've got 2 defenders, queen and knight, and 2 attackers, pawn and bishop. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll take here. Yes, very tricky move on that square. I have no one's done that to me yet, but glad I took the time to think that move through a little bit. I was ready to just castle, but I didn't think much of the knight going there. But yes, very tricky, very tricky. Good way to capture the rook. I'll have to try to remember that one. One thing that's nice about playing a bunch of these games is, because I'm still fairly new and developing, a lot of times my opponents will surprise me with, tricky openings and such. And what's interesting is that I can learn from those. Okay, so here we go, attacking my knight. I'd like to put the queen in a place where I could put pressure on his pieces, but these are not, or that's not a very good option. Here is definitely an option. No, no, no. So that basically leaves these 3 squares, or these 4, I guess. I could actually go back down to d8 and attack the knight. Force the knight out of there. I think that's what I'll do. Bring the queen back to safety, attack the knight. The knight is defended, so maybe that wasn't the best move. Okay, so now attacking the bishop. What can I do here? Maybe I can bring now the bishop down to attack the knight. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now this pawn is still protected by this knight, so I think it's safe to castle now. I do have this bishop ready to come out, which is sort of the attacking the knight of the Spanish opening. So it's interesting that we got to this position. So I could do something like that. What else could I do? I like that option. Developing my bishop here, here, maybe even here, with the chance of doing a discovered attack on the knight. On this knight, it could be an option. In the spirit of what I originally wanted to do this video, I will actually go ahead and attack this knight. So I'm expecting something like this. And the reason that I like this too is because I'm moving some of these pawns like away from the king a little bit. So now here I have to decide. I could take, I could retreat, and I'm thinking about the pros and cons. If I retreat, then I think this move is coming, in which case I can go here. And I don't know if I like that very much. That would allow me to push up here and be defended against an attack, attacking the knight there. Knowing that if he takes with the pawn, that I can take with the bishop. Yeah, I like that. In which case, yeah, I like that. So I want to draw the pawn out. Might not happen. I'm also thinking maybe this knight can go somewhere and discover an attack with the queen, but I don't see a great place for it. I mean, here, take, something like that. Okay, rook coming out, 2 attackers on this pawn, and I've only got 1 defender. So I think it's time to bring this bishop out. And I'm thinking about putting it here to open up eventually an avenue to this rook. That's one option. So I've got a knight against a knight, and I can maybe use something to take that rook. Yeah, I like the bishop because it's safe. What else? Queen here could be an option. Then again, if the knight takes, I get the queen. So at this point, like, I think I will defend, but he's not exactly in a position to come and attack me yet. So I think I will still do this. Just think about his next move. He's not going to take, because then he loses the rook. If I go here, So if I go here, I think this move is coming, attacking the queen. It's hard to right click and drag on this touchpad. So I'm gonna go here. Even if this move does come and he wants to do like some kind of trade thing, that's fine for me because that's one less attacker on the pawn square. But again, he wouldn't do that because if he brings his bishop here, then if he takes with the knight, then I get his queen. So he's not attacking with the bishop, he's not attacking with the rook. Yeah, so I did see that move, or did think about that move. So now I'm gonna do this guy. And that would allow me to push up here and attack the knight. And I have one defender, so I'd want to bring up bring another defender into play. Right now I have enough on this square, but I need one more before I push forward to this square. So I've got the bishop. Maybe I could do the, what could I do? The rook, something like that. Okay, what is with this knight move? The knight being on the edge wasn't great, I agree, but maybe knight here, planning to do some kind of attack. Oh, creating an additional defender on that square because I think they know that's where I want to go. That's tough because now there's 3 attackers and I only have 1 defender. I do think I want to bring this rook out. Yeah. And if I go here, take, I'm just thinking here, take, rook takes back, and then yeah, knight takes rook. It's no good. Then I'm down a bishop. I was thinking about doing something like that would give me the chance to do the discovered attack, and then I could just lose the pawn, but then that's kind of just sacrificing a pawn for no reason. Okay, what about this move? Attacking the knight, adding a defender to this square. Knight here, I'd have to move my queen, and I don't have a very good response. Oh no, queen there is not an option because of this, duh. So that's no good. This is no good because of this move. Let's see. Take. Take. Wait. So if I push this pawn and he takes with his pawn, I could do a queen trade, which I might actually be happy to do. And if he takes with the rook, I take with the bishop. I might be happy to trade queens. And then that would also allow me to do something like take this knight, defending the rook. Sorry, let's going through my head right now. So let's try this. He takes with the knight. Ah, shit. He takes with the knight. Then that's a move I didn't think about. Okay, didn't take with the knight. So I really don't think he sees this, thinks I would do this. Doesn't think I would do this, but, so now what this allows me to do, what was my plan here? Oh yeah, so now I can attack this pawn, takes with the rook, I take back, and now I'm attacking the knight as well. So I think this was the outcome I wanted. If he had taken with the knight, I don't know what I would have done. I didn't think about the knight as another attacker. I was thinking pawn or rook. So, and if he moves the knight, then I get, well, I don't get the pawn because, yeah, so now I'm in a tricky spot because I need to defend this square because he's got two attackers. And unfortunately, I don't know if I have an easy way or a way at all to do something like that. Yeah, I might have gotten myself into a little bit of a hole here. So here, well, hang on, let's see. So if I go here and he takes my rook, I forgot I do have this rook defending, so that might be fine. And then I get this pawn. This is feeling risky, but we're gonna do it. I maybe see this move coming. What else? Something like this. I think he's going to need to move this knight, so he's going to move it here. If he moves the knight there, then what if I do something like this? Now I have two attackers. He's got two defenders. And oh yeah, so this I need to think about this. So bishop needs to get to safety. Right now I'm just up a pawn. These knights are really giving me trouble. If I go somewhere like here, I think that's a pretty safe position. Oops. Yeah, I like here. And then I'm thinking next is maybe this move. He wouldn't want to do that though, because then I'd take his rook for free. Wait, did I say this? I think I meant, oh yeah, I was thinking this to attack this bishop. What else do I got up my sleeve? Could be time to bring this rook out to help, maybe? Okay, so knight here, looking to maybe attack there. Okay. Oh, I see. Defending the rook. And then if he takes with the knight, I have to move my bishop. And I don't have any great places to put it, unfortunately. So I don't think I'll be taking him up on that offer unless I don't have a better move. I think I need to bring in one of these knights to help. So maybe like knight here. And then knight here. I could take... I just want to be careful on time, too. I think I do want to bring this knight in to come help a little bit, though. His knights are doing a lot of work right now, and I don't know for sure, but I feel like he's maybe feeling a little bit of pressure on that front. Like his knights are really pulling a lot of weight right now. Okay, so he decided to take. I'm just going to take back. Seems like both of us are interested in just simplifying the game at this point. I see a nice fork here. Which, you know, it's not a free bishop, but it's a trade. I'm expecting this move, in which case I'd probably just have to pull back somewhere. If he goes here, then I could do something like that. Force the king here. Well, pinning the knight. Yeah, I mean, it obviously depends on what he does, but I think this will be my next move. If he moves this knight. If he doesn't move the knight, maybe I could do the fork plan I thought about. Just keep simplifying the game. That does actually, the thing I don't like about that is that allows his rook to come out. So just thinking, I think he definitely doesn't want to move this knight now, knowing checkmate is just around the corner. I'd like to get rid of this knight if I could. Let me just think here. Something like this. Oh, I got the move. Okay, so fork here, attacking the king. I mean, really just the important thing is the king is being attacked, but discovered attack on the... Whoops. It's really hard to right-click and drag. Discovered attack on the rook. So let's go check. Get ready to take the rook. Okay, resigned. Let's jump into the game report here and see how we did. That was tough. It really felt like it was a close game the whole time, but let's see what the report tells us. Giveaway. Okay, I guess that means our opponent gave it away. So let's jump into moments here. Okay, so first move of interest. Knight takes was a mistake. Interesting. Better would be to attack the bishop. I guess I'm not quite sure. Maybe it says taking the knight was a mistake, but that's fine. Let's keep going. Oops. How do I just like... Okay, cool. Next key moment. D8 is a missed win. Interesting. Oh. Yes. Free pawn and putting pressure on the rook. Didn't see that move. That's a good one. Yeah, I was thinking let's retreat, but this would have been nasty move. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. I think I like move by move better when doing this analysis. So this is where we did our fake Spanish opening, Spanish middle game. Yeah, this move I wasn't sure about. So I went bishop here, just thinking about developing the bishop and opening up an attack here. That did come in handy later, but like I don't know if it was the best move. It's saying pushing the pawn up would have been better, I guess, to start opening up the rook. Noted. So here, this is kind of what I wanted eventually. It leaves the king really exposed, and I wanted to come here anyways to get the bishop here. Why did I want the bishop here? Had a reason for this. I think I wanted more attackers on this square. Yeah. I wanted one. I guess, and this is probably where I had to create more. So now the knight comes in and attacks. And there's my 2 defenders. I need 3. I don't remember why I thought this was the right move. Okay, so it's saying actually here that I should sacrifice the bishop. I want to look at that real quick. So it's saying better move is sacrifice the bishop. Why is that better? I'm not sure, but apparently, if I do this, if I do this, it's saying this would not be a good move. And I'm not sure why, because it seems like a free bishop, but something that the engine knows that I don't, so let's keep going. So I just wanted to, at this point, trade and get rid of the chance of the queen becoming an issue. In hindsight, yeah, maybe something like this, taking the knight would have been better. But take the pawn, attack the knight, take the free pawn. Interesting. It's saying get the heck out of there. But that's okay. So here, just bringing in the knight to help. Happy to trade rooks. Yeah, and then this was I noticed the attack on the king and the discovered attack on the rook, and that was game by resignation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.